Welcome, Manhwa friends. May you all be in good health today. Without further ado, let's begin our adventure on the Takari Manhwa YouTube channel. Kyan has officially become a member of Mist and received his first cleaning mission. He looked again at the black sheet of paper that Sarika had given him. On the black paper, there was a list of names that he had to eliminate. However, Kyan found it difficult to carry out the first mission because of Sarika's unusual attitude. Kyan suspected that something unexpected would happen. Kyan, who was walking in the dormitory corridor of the academy, kept thinking about it. Kyan had to think hard for his first mission to succeed. Suddenly, Kyan felt a strong energy approaching him. Sure enough, an explosion occurred that destroyed the wall right in front of him. He immediately prepared himself because he was worried there would be another attack on him. Behind the dust of the wall explosion appeared a tall figure. Kyan thought there was a demonic beast in the academy, but the creature could speak and knew him. Kyan was very surprised because the figure already knew him and even explained that Kyan was a person with a 1-star magic level and an S-level physique. Not only that, the person also knew that Kyan was the youngest son of the Vert family. After that, with a smile on his face, he introduced himself. His name is Seth Shaharkhan. He is a new student at the academy, just like Kyan. Kyan couldn't believe what he was seeing right now. How could an 11-year-old have such a large body as it is now? Kyan didn't expect that in his previous life there was an academy student as big as him. Seth immediately showed his big muscles to Kyan. He said that he had heard a lot of news about Kyan's achievements, which had defeated many demonic beasts and also survived from a dragon attack. Seth added that he was very envious of Kyan because he could not achieve the S-level that Kyan has achieved now. Seth was very excited after meeting Kyan. He immediately challenged Kyan to a duel. After observing Seth, he remembered the student. On Seth's chest was a symbol that was the symbol of Spanya. The rumor that Kyan heard turned out to be true, that the Prince of Sand entered the academy. Spanya, a country built in the desert located in the eastern part of the continent. Because of its strong military power united under the first prince, who has innate talent in battle and magic, even the Ushif Empire had difficulty conquering their territory. But the strong country fell into ruin due to the sudden death of their only heir, the first prince. The cause of the prince's death came from a disease caused by himself. He was too focused on training his body to the point of neglecting his own health. Kyan did not expect to meet the first prince at this academy. Meanwhile, Seth couldn't wait for the answer to come out of Kyan's mouth. Kyan has not decided whether he will fight Seth or not, but in his heart he said that such a meeting did not happen in his previous life, and this situation is very annoying. Kyan asked Seth if he had to duel him now, because Kyan already knows that Seth only relies on muscles in fighting. Seth was very impatient to face Kyan because he wanted to prove who was stronger, and Seth did not want to hear the word no from Kyan's mouth. Kyan immediately said no. Seth was angry with him and wanted to hear Kyan's explanation why he refused to duel with him. Illegal sparring is prohibited at the academy. You have to apply at the administration office first, Kyan told Seth. Seth agreed to Kyan's request. He then asked where the office was. Kyan, who was confused by Seth's attitude, told him that the administration office was on the 3rd floor of the main building. Without thinking long, Seth rushed to run to find the administration office to make their sparring letter and asked Kyan to wait for him to take care of the letter. People say his brain is also made of muscle, and it seems the rumor is true, even though the administration office is in the opposite direction from where he is heading. I don't even know if we can apply for sparring there, but I guess I won't meet him for a while. I better focus on cleaning tasks first, then in a place on the outskirts of the city not far from where Kyan's academy is. Zickerman's henchman, who held a sword and wore a robe, told him that the preparations they had made were complete. Zickerman was a little angry with his henchman because his henchman wandered too much outside so that the work was hampered. He asked to immediately deliver orders to customers. Zickerman Albus, one of the 3 richest men on the continent. In public, he is known as a kind-hearted man with a generous spirit. However, behind all that, he is a wicked-hearted man who runs a slave market and sells crossbred races between humans and demonic beasts. Kayan, who had successfully infiltrated Zickerman's secret cell, watched Zickerman ordering 2 of his henchmen to guard those cells. After observing carefully, it can be confirmed that the one targeted by Kayan is Zickerman. Kayan feels that he can finish it quickly. Suddenly, Karam told Kayan that he felt there was an energy that was very complicated to explain. Kayan did not understand what Karam meant. Karam said the source of energy came from Kayan's target place. Zickerman, who was in front of the cell, observed the helpless woman in the cell while laughing because the woman had obeyed him. Then, black fog enveloped the room. Zickerman felt something strange approaching him. Suddenly, a slash hit the neck of one of the guards guarding Zickerman. Zickerman was immediately scared of that. The other guard was on guard with his sword raised. They couldn't see the perpetrator who had terrorized them. Then Zickerman saw a shadow from the corner of the room and asked his guard to immediately catch Kayan. But not long after, Kayan immediately killed the guard using his dagger very quickly right in front of Zickerman. Zickerman, who was scared, called the other guards. He didn't know if the other guards had all been defeated by Kayan. Hearing Zickerman scream, Kayan turned around and said that Zickerman would soon be finished too. Zickerman became more scared of Kayan. He offered a lot of money so as not to be finished, but Kayan refused, because he was not looking for money for this. Kayan kept walking slowly towards Zickerman, and without much talking, he immediately cut off Zickerman's hand. Zickerman moaned in pain because his hand was cut off. Kayan, who was looking at the cell full of experimental results, became angrier at Zickerman and said that what Zickerman had done was inhumane and also violated the law. There is no punishment that deserves to be given to Zickerman other than the death penalty. Kayan then gave Zickerman 1 minute to repent immediately after what he had done and gave a last message before being finished by Kayan. Zickerman cried in front of Kayan because he knew he would soon be killed by Kayan. He argued that he did all this to make a living and also sold the slave experiment results because of the very high market demand, and said that the evil ones are the people who buy. But Kayan was not affected by Zickerman's lies. The time given by Kayan was up. Without delay, Zickerman was slashed using a demonic sword. Kayan's first cleaning task was completed. But before he left, he wanted to check what was in the cell. As he walked in front of a cell, Karam felt there was a combination of 2 energies. Kayan, who also felt it, was curious about what was in the cell. He immediately opened the cell by cutting it with his dagger. How surprised they were after seeing the figure of a helpless girl hugging a large egg. But after being looked at more closely by Kayan, the girl was lifeless. What made it even more surprising, the large egg that the girl was hugging was a dragon egg. Thank you so much for watching and spending time with us today. We greatly appreciate your support and enthusiasm. Have a good rest and see you in the next episode. Keep your spirits up, and don't forget to always smile. See you soon.